Well, yes, we'll talk about commodities in just a bit. And you were right, we have seen a one-way up move as far as crude oil prices are concerned, especially in the last 1 month. But before that, let's take a look at how global markets have done yesterday. And US markets ended in the red. We had Dow Jones, which ended flat with some bit of negative bias. S&P 500 down nearly 0.2%. And Nasdaq ended 0.5% lower in trade yesterday. So clearly, the handover from the US market continues to remain negative. Meanwhile, let's also talk about how Asian markets are doing this morning, and it's a mixed picture that has come in from Asian markets. On one hand, we have Kospi, that's the Korean market, which is up 3%. Hang Seng is up 1%. Nikkei, that's the Japanese market, is also up 0.5%. But on the flip side, we also have Shanghai, which is trading flat with some bit of negative bias. So largely positive, but mixed handover that has come in from Asian markets this morning. Meanwhile, let's also talk about commodity markets then, and let's start with crude oil because that has now shot up to about $95 per barrel, up nearly 2% in trade today. And from about $75 a barrel that we had seen a month ago, crude oil prices have risen substantially in just the last 1 month, with WTI now trading at about $88 per barrel. As far as gold and silver is concerned, we have seen some bit of volatility over here as well, with gold now hovering near that $4,120 an ounce, and silver continues to remain below $60. So that's as far as the commodity market are concerned. Now remember, within the US markets, we also had Alphabet and Intel, which reported its numbers, and Alphabet numbers have been good, and the capex guidance for this year has also been raised, so that has been another positive. Let's also put the spotlight on some global commentary that has come in overnight, especially with respect to West Asia crisis. And let's start with what US President Donald Trump had to say. Any attack by Iran on ships in the Strait of Hormuz would trigger US strikes on Iranian military base and Iranian infrastructure, including bridges and power plants, including Tehran. So that's the view that has come in from Donald Trump. Meanwhile, we have Arakchi, who has written to us, and they say that any aggression against Iran will draw powerful and decisive response. So that's the contra view that has come in with respect to what US President Donald Trump had to say on destruction in Iran. So yes, global setup is largely mixed. US markets ended in the red. Asian markets are mixed, but West Asia conflict continues to escalate, and that continues to weigh heavy on the global oil market as well.